MCQs regarding MDCAT, ETA, PMS examination or any competitive examination. So let's get started and move towards the video. So the first MCQs is, which of the following organelle is responsible for the synthesis of ATP and eukaryotic cell? Okay, so one thing more, eukaryotic cell means those cells which contain true nucleus. Okay, true nucleus means a nucleus which is bounded by double layer membrane. Okay, so ATP synthesis is basically taking place in eukaryotic cell. Number one, nucleus is not responsible for ATP production because it just controls the cell, the controlling of the cell. Okay, so it is incorrect option. Number two, Golgi apparatuses is an organelle which is basically responsible for lipid synthesis, protein modification, protein sorting and protein packaging. It is not correct option. Number third, mitochondria and chloroplast. Chloroplast is again a familiar organelle, well-known organelle which is responsible for photosynthesis in plants. So it is again incorrect option. The correct option is basically mitochondria. Mitochondria is an organelle which is responsible for cellular respiration. Cellular respiration means respiration where ATP is produced by the breakdown of glucose with the help of oxygen, okay, in mitochondria. So let's check the answer. Mitochondria is the answer, and here is an explanation. Mitochondria are the organelles responsible for cellular respiration where ATP is synthesized to oxidative phosphorylation. Oxidative phosphorylation means when we add a phosphate to ADP, means adenosine diphosphate plus phosphate, it will convert into ATP, adenosine triphosphate, and energy will store in ATP. Okay, so this is called oxidative phosphorylation. Moving to the second MCQs, which of the following is not a function of the smooth endoplasmic reticulum? Not the function. It is not the function. Okay, smooth endoplasmic reticulum. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum: smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum is responsible for number one, lipid synthesis. Number two, detoxification. Detoxification means that it will detoxify. It will remove the harmful effects of chemicals inside the body, like the chemical effect of drugs, or the harmful effect of drugs or medicine. Okay, number third, calcium ion storage. It is again the process, the function of you can say smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So protein synthesis, it is the function of endoplasmic reticulum, so it is incorrect option. Okay, detoxification is incorrect because the function of smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and calcium storage is again the function of endoplasmic reticulum, a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So the function which is not performed by smooth endoplasmic reticulum is protein synthesis. It is primarily the function of rough endoplasmic reticulum. So correct option is protein synthesis, and here is the explanation. Unlike the rough endoplasmic reticulum, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, SER, does not have ribosomes attached to its surface and is primarily involved in a lipid synthesis, detoxification, and calcium ion. So these are the function of smooth ER: lipid synthesis, detoxification, and calcium ion storage, while protein synthesis is not the function of a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So it is a function of rough ER. Number third, what is the function of the nucleolus in the nucleus? Nucleolus is a round body which is present inside the nucleus. It is substructure of the nucleus. Okay, what's its function? Number one, protein synthesizing ribosomal RNA. Okay, and moving to the next option, packaging DNA into chromosome is not the function of nucleolus. Regulating gene expression, again, is not the function of nucleolus. Producing ATP, again, it is not the function of nucleolus, it is a function of mitochondria. Okay, so correct option is synthesizing ribosomal RNA, rRNA. Okay, it's the function of nucleolus. So here's explanation. The nucleolus is a substructure within the nucleus that is responsible for synthesizing ribosomal RNA and assembling ribosomes. Okay, rRNA is responsible for protein synthesis. Okay, it will participate in protein synthesis. What is the primary function of the flagella in prokaryotic cell? Prokaryotic means those cells that don't have true nucleus. They don't have true nucleus. In case that true nucleus. Sorry, they don't have true nucleus. Number one. And flagella are the thread-like structure or filamentous structure, or long structures which basically don't help in cellular respiration. Cellular respiration taking place, as we already told, that in eukaryotes it will taking place in like mitochondria, while in prokaryotes it takes place in cell membrane. Okay, mesosome. Protein synthesis is the function of ribosome, it's not the function of flagella. Cell motility and intracellular transport. Intracellular transport is again not the function of flagella. So correct option is cell motility. Flagella will help prokaryotes in motility when they will move from one medium. So cell motility is the function is the correct option of these MCQs. Flagella are long wire-like appendages found in some prokaryotes, okay, and eukaryote cells that are involved in cell motility. So we can say that the function of Golgi bodies is number 1, protein packaging, protein modification, protein sorting, okay, protein releasing. So protein synthesis is not the function. We can say all these are the function of Golgi bodies, and protein synthesis is not the function. In question they are asking that which is not the function. So protein synthesis is not the function, while others remaining options are the functions of Golgi apparatus. So correct option is protein synthesis. Already discussed that it is the function of ribosomes in the cell, okay. So the Golgi apparatus is involved in modifying, sorting and packaging protein for secretion. Moving ahead, which of the following is characteristics feature of prokaryotic cell? Already discussed that prokaryotic cells are those cells which have double layer membrane nucleus, which have true nucleus, which have membrane bonded organelles. So prokaryotes, sorry, we don't have true nucleus or we don't have membrane bonded organelles. So which is the characteristics feature of prokaryotic cell? Number 1, presence of membrane bonded organelles. Not at all. There is no membrane bonded organelles in prokaryotic cell. Number 1, presence of nucleus. Presence of nucleus or true nucleus. Again, it is not the feature of prokaryotic cell. True nucleus is absent, okay. Presence of circular DNA and presence of histones. Presence of histones, again there is no histones, okay, there is no chromatin network, okay. So presence of circular DNA, there is just a piece of DNA which is in the form of circular shape, okay, that's why it is called circular DNA. So correct option is presence of circular DNA. Prokaryotic cells such as bacteria, okay, example bacteria, cyanobacteria is example of prokaryotic cells. Lack a true nucleus. They don't have true nucleus and contain circular DNA. They just have circular DNA, okay. Which of the following is not a function of the respiratory system? Respiratory system is the system which basically break down the food or glucose organic molecules into ATP and convert it into ATP in the in the presence of oxygen, okay. So which is not the function of respiratory system? Number 1, gases exchange, okay, these gas exchange. So again it is the function of respiratory system, but it is not the correct option. Number 1. Number 2, regulating pH. Yes, it is directly or indirectly regulating pH, okay, in the sense of carbon dioxide concentration. Number 3, production of hormones and defense against pathogens. Yes, a defense against pathogen is the function of respiratory system in 2 senses. Number 1, respiratory system usually has cilia, so which propel the pathogens outside from the body. Number 1, it means that it acts against pathogen. Number 2, it produces a thick fluid which is called mucus, which again produce a work as a resistance in opposite to the pathogens, in the way of pathogens. That's why it acts as defense against pathogens. So correct option would be production of hormone. It is not involved in the production of hormone, but it can maintain pH, it performs gases exchange, or it acts as a defensive system against pathogen. Pathogen means microorganism that can cause infection in our body, okay, or can cause diseases inside the body, okay. So let's check the answer, production of hormones, and now check the explanation. The respiratory system is primarily responsible for gases exchange. Yes, we already talked about that. And regulation of pH in the body. It regulates pH and it performs gases exchange, okay. So correct option is the production of hormone. Production of hormone is primarily the function of endocrinal system, okay. Which of the following is responsible for the transport of oxygen in the blood? We need blood, every cell needs blood, and even every cell needs oxygen. So who is responsible? Which organ is responsible, or which part of the blood is responsible to to carry oxygen. Number one, hemoglobin, albumin, fibrinogen, collagen. So albumin is present inside the blood. It is a protein which basically shows some some conditions, disease condition. If its value goes up or down, it will directly related with some abnormal condition. Fibrinogen is basically perform in clotting. Okay? Collagen is basically found inside the cell. It is extracellular protein. It is present outside the cell. So which of the following is responsible for transport of oxygen in the blood? So hemoglobin. These three are incorrect option, while hemoglobin is the correct option. Let's check the answer. Hemoglobin. Okay, now coming towards the explanation, hemoglobin is the protein found in red blood cells that binds and transport oxygen. Okay, it is responsible for transport of oxygen. Which of the following is an example of monosaccharides? Monosaccharide is a group of carbohydrates. Okay, monosaccharides that contain one sugar molecule, just one sugar, one glucose. Okay, so monosaccharides contains glucose, sucrose, lactose and starch. These are not monosaccharides, so it contains glucose. So glucose is the correct option. Glucose is a simple sugar and a monosaccharides. Okay. Which of the following is not a function of the liver? Liver basically perform different function, like lipid synthesis, number one. Number two, detoxification, which was the function of you can say a smooth endoplasmic reticulum 2. And number third one is the production of bile. It is the primary function of liver, so it is incorrect option. Why it is incorrect function? Because these are the function of liver. Understand the question. The question is asking that which is not the function. Okay, which is not the function? So these three are the function of the liver, while blood filtration is not the function. The correct option is blood filtration, because blood filtration is the primary function of kidney system, renal system or kidney. So the liver does not filter blood. Okay, instead it detoxifies, it produces bile and performs various metabolic function. Perform various metabolic function. Okay, so the following is an example of endocrine gland. Okay, endocrine